My name's Mimi Dennett. The work is called Subterranean. It's in a car park, underground car park, and because of that, it's creatures that you'd find in an underground car park. Foraging, made from materials you'd find in a car park. Things like bicycle inner tubes all cut into like a ball of wool and then woven into a dog form. Someone pointed out to me that during COVID, people bought a lot of dogs, and that dogs are now starting to look really kind of freaked out because they've been spending a lot of time with freaked out people, and the dog has a very freaked out expression on its face because was bought at the beginning of COVID by someone who wasn't functioning very well. The work came together because it was an underground car park, subterranean. I generally make work that goes outdoors. A lot of the work I do is plant-based, and it just kind of became a fake, there's so many fake things around, so it was just a combination of fake materials, questioning where is the world going, really? Is it going to be more fake? The challenge for this work was mainly working out the scale, I think, working out the juxtaposition of objects to each other. It kind of took on a life of its own. So basically it's a bit of a diorama, and the characters within the diorama took over and they did what they wanted, using me as a conduit, which was most unfortunate. Writers often talk about one of the characters in their books will take over and the writer's like, "What are you doing? Don't do that. You're not supposed to do that." That's exactly what my sculpture was doing. Probably the hardest thing for me was just letting it do it, because usually I have quite a clear idea of what's going to happen, and these elements just kind of randomly put themselves together, gave themselves characters, and there they are. Probably the most interesting thing about this sculpture to me is what it's made of. They've been doing lots of rubbish throwouts near where I'm staying, and people are throwing out lots of fake flowers and lots of fake vegetation. So there's all of that, and the dog itself is intricately woven inner tubes from bicycles. Some of those inner tubes were collected overseas, so I've been carrying them around with me for ages. And op shop jewels, because the dog kind of requested jewels, and 3D printed fungi. The 3D printing's a really interesting process. They can use milk bottles. That then becomes like a weird woven thing which is fed into a machine and is pumped out into these 3D objects and then spray painted. The spray paint came from a skateboarder dude called Tony, who just had all these great colours and helped us get excited about how to paint them, because underground car parks always have a lot of graffiti, so it seemed like a good place to start. The other thing is that just the environment is really struggling, and this piece is, I don't know why, it's just kind of calling out, so there's big kind of SOS about it, I think.